Tailwind has released new features. Honestly, I'm so excited about these 2 new features because they are single-handedly saving me so much time. And as I look back at my emails with Tailwind over the years, the theme has always been time management and efficiency within my scheduling workflow with their tool. So the fact that these 2 new features really hit on that make me so excited. So let's actually talk about what the 2 new features are, and then of course, as always, I'm going to show you exactly what they are and how to use them. So the first new feature is pin spacing. Pin spacing is replacing what we used to know as intervals. You would put multiple boards on one Pinterest pin, and then the pin spacing would be, or the interval spacing would be like 7 days. Pin spacing replaces intervals, and when you put multiple boards on one pin, it still abides by the pin spacing rules. So it's basically just overriding what used to be known as intervals. You can schedule multiple pins. So if you have a group of pins, let's say 8 to 10, and you want to send them to the same URL, you can fully optimize them, set your pin spacing guidelines, hit schedule all, and it will add them to your queue according to that pin spacing. Now this is super delightful because I was scheduling pins one by one previously. So if I had a group of 10 pins, sometimes depending on the internet and the server speed, it would take me minutes per pin to actually get them added into my queue. And you guys, I don't have time to waste, and neither do you. This replaces that. The second newest feature is a Canva integration, which, hallelujah, I'm so excited about. Now, this doesn't bring Canva into Tailwind like some of the other third-party scheduling tools. It actually brings Tailwind into Canva, and I'm going to talk to you about that and show you what this looks like. But you can now design all of your Pinterest pins in Canva and push them out to your Tailwind drafts. Thank you. Thank you, Tailwind, for thinking of something that I didn't think of myself. No more downloading and uploading and all of that mess. As always, I have screen tutorials prepared for you to show you exactly how to use these features, so let's jump into those. I've made 6 new Pinterest pins. They are all for the same URL. They all have optimized titles and descriptions with a board attached to them. Pin spacing is the 3 lines with the arrow on it. Now, if you click that, you can edit default pin spacing. If you've not set up your pin spacing yet, you will see a menu option to do so. And it's automatically going to place them into the next available time slot, plus 7 days for each of them. So you can see now that is all set up and ready to go. Okay, so Tailwind released a new feature allowing you to integrate with Canva, and I didn't have to download these and then upload them to Tailwind. They were all just designed right inside of Canva, and then it goes straight to Tailwind. What I want you to do first is go to apps, and with apps I want you to search for Tailwind, and then you are going to click it and choose use in existing design. But what I'm going to do is click use in new design, and then I'm going to search pin, and I'm going to choose Pinterest pin 2 to 3. And because I have a bunch of templates already set up in my brand guide, what I'm going to do here is go to my brand and choose the Pinterest template file I want to use. And then I'm just going to start adding whatever templates I want to customize. You can do this multiple different ways. You can do all one URL and just bulk upload all of them to Tailwind. That's what we're going to do in this example. As one bulk URL, and then I'm going to send them all to Tailwind. So what I'm going to do is go back down here in the menu on the left side, and it should say Tailwind. This is the app that you have enabled, by the way. And then you want to select whatever account is connected to your Tailwind. So I have 2. I have my Heather Farris and my Wheeling to Dream, my travel blogs. We're working on Heather Farris today. And I just want to give you just kind of a walkthrough on this really quickly before we move on. So you have share, and this is where it actually will share all of this information over to Tailwind. So we design a pin, we put the title, description, URL in, you can add boards or board lists, and then click share to Tailwind, and it's going to share all of that information over. On create, this is actually pulling in your credits, your AI credits. You can write Pinterest copy, Instagram copy, Facebook copy, whatever you want. And then you are telling it exactly what you are writing about. So for me, it's informational content, your post topic. So what is it about that is going to help you help you tell the ghostwriter basically what it's going to be writing on. And then there's a keyword thing here, and I'm going to show you something in the create tab really quick, because you can have it write pin copy for the designs here. I have all of them done. I'm going to click back onto my Tailwind extension over here, and I'm going to go back to the share tab, and I'm going to put the URL in for the blog post. This is why you should have a pin plan and you're not just winging it. So make sure you follow my advice on that. You can go ahead and add boards here if you want to. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to send them to different boards. You can choose which files you actually share and how they are going to get shared over. So you can choose to share videos over, or you can share PNG, SVG, or JPEGs. I'm going to go ahead and just share PNGs for all of the images that don't have a video. So there's actually two that have a video. It's file 4 and file 2. So I'm just going to unselect 2 and 4, and I'm going to click done. And you can see it's got 1, 3, 5 through 8 are PNGs, and I'm going to go ahead and export those, and it's going to export with all of this information to our drafts. And then I'm going to repeat this process one more time when it's done here for the videos. Okay, it says that the drafts were created, and you can see it's 2 different files, so we should have 2 different files over on Tailwind. So go to Pin Scheduler, and you should find all of your files here, or go to Drafts, and then select the account that you actually want to see your drafts for, and you can see the drafts are there. So we have 8 files. I see all 8 files. We have 2 videos, 2 separate files, so this is great. And again, you can do this in either one. So I'm just going to pop over to Pin Scheduler, and I have my pin spacing as a default 7 days apart. So we're not using intervals anymore. We're using a pin spacing for the same URL. So I just need to customize these, and then I need to set up my pin spacing. So now I have a little bit of a resource for you on pin spacing, because it is a little bit of a nerdy little feature. You can override pin spacing, you can do manual, you can play with things, you can reset, you can shuffle, you can, like, there's so many things that come with pin spacing that you can do. If you want to learn more about pin spacing, I have a knowledge base article from Tailwind, and I've put it in the description of this video, and you can go and read all about pin spacing there, because as always, they have very good resources. I don't have time to put this together for my blog right now, so I'm gonna just send you to theirs because it is the first best thing. If you want more about Pinterest marketing strategy specific to scheduling, to trend planning, to SEO, and more, head on over and watch any of those videos in that playlist, and I will see you in those.